Biafra, superstars, media.
You cannot go to Sambisa forest and fish out every criminal, Fulani criminal, from the forest and then put them in some camp. And after 3 weeks, they usher them out and give them a white shirt and present them to the country as repentant terrorists. Have you ever heard of such thing? They say they've repented. They put them in the army, gave them AK-47, gave them a uniform, and sent them to the eastern region of Nigeria to kill the Biafran people. And these are the things that every human being should be alarmed. That's why we are appealing to you. Those that are here, your friends, your associates, whomever you know that is in the government, this injustice must go far and wide until justice is done. And we are not going to relent.
My people, my Biafran people, now how on a day I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you're listening to the sound of our voice. This one, na Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon Njako, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra is coming, in your hands Biafra is safe, and in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. My fellow Biafrans, what you are seeing today is the court hearing of our leader Nnamdi Kanu. He went to court today, and he has finally asked for Justice Binta Njako to recuse herself from his case or his trial. Lord have mercy. Our leader is saying that Justice Binta Njako, she's been playing to the gallery, she's been cherry picking of the laws and charges and rulings from the Supreme Court and the rest of them. I want us to hear our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and I'll come back towards the end and break it down. If you're ready, let's go there. Listen.
Yes. It's not going to happen. No, it won't happen. It won't happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. Thank you. That way at all. Thank you very much. These are the things that the public must understand. Most of you journalists, the legal correspondents, you don't take time to actually study some of these rulings and judgments. Go and study. In fact, I'll give you this. Bring them. I'll give it to her because I think she's a bit give her the truth or judgment. Can you hold this for me? I want to let the whole world understand something very, very clear. In all this is the judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And is here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here. What is it? Page? What is that again?
Listen.
It says all these things are online. Is it not page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research. You will understand the vacuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me. Okay. They kept switching the charges.
Listen.
They said I committed this crime in England, isn't it? Yes. I made a broadcast in England. Yes. And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London, in the United Kingdom.
Listen.
When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Yes. Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196? 174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022. In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
Not possible. It's not possible, my people. They have fallen. I can assure you they have fallen. They are wasting their time. They have nothing on our leader Nnamdi Kanu. We know he's a man we love so much, and we shall continue to support him. He will be free.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How are you doing?
Not very well.
What happened?
A lot of insecurity back home.
Okay, but health-wise, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm surviving.
You're faring well?
Surviving.
Okay.
Not very well, just surviving.
So, a quick question. The last time we were in court, you talked about out-of-court settlement. You wouldn't mind. So, has that made any progress towards that regards in terms of talking to the AGF?
My lawyers have been about to actually tell you that.
But you've been able to meet with them after that particular day?
Have you dealt with this very issue?
No.
Which one?
It has to be after court. We can talk about that.
Okay. No,
We're here for the judicial
what I was
proceeding.
asking is, did they come to visit you after the proceedings the last day?
Absolutely. We're here for the judicial proceedings.
We're here for the.
We can address the other one.
We'll do that later. And we have written a letter to them that they have not replied.
Okay, no problem.
They have not responded. They have not responded. I met with Attorney General. Yes. And mind you, the political solution was a solution actually suggested by the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Yeah. And then judgment. And most of you journalists should take time to go through some of these judgments.
Do your research. Journalists, do your research. With all due respect, we are pleading with you guys to do your research. Basic research before you start asking some questions. The so-called political solution was based on what they said in the Supreme Court. Do some basic research and come with better questions. Let's continue.
Go through all the rulings and the judgments. You know we have no case to answer at all.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. What's the Igbo class?
You've asked Justice Binta to recuse herself. Do you have that time on your
Now,
hands?
listen on this one. This is where our leader was saying Justice Binta Njako must recuse herself from his case. Listen.
For the case to go to the CEJ for it to be reassigned to another judge.
As long as justice will be done at the end of the day, that's what bothers me. For justice to be done. I cannot be tried in violation of a key provision of the Constitution of Nigeria, Section 36. It's as simple as that.
But now she's saying the part of the judgment I'm making reference to was a contributory statement by one of the justices.
The Constitution of Nigeria says any determination made by the Supreme Court is binding on the lower court. So I was actually surprised that a high court have refused to obey or abide by the determination of the Supreme Court judgment.
And then take the only part that is against him and then refuse to apply the part that is in favor of him.
This cherry picking of what was contained in the Supreme Court judgment is what I'm against.
Listen.
It should be implemented holistically.
Yes.
I'm not against
Everything
any
in the
trial.
judgment.
After all, I'm innocent, so they have not against me. But there cannot be any trial when key sections of the Constitution and a key Supreme Court judgment has been violated by a court of law.
So you'll be patient for the case to go back and come back to the court.
This is my fourth year in solitary confinement in detention. The fifth year will not kill me.
Sorry, what of it is...
We have many of that.
Mr. Khan, one last question. One last question. In reference to what she has asked you earlier, Justice Binta made it known that she's one of the senior judges in this court.
Yes.
What if...
And I have respect and love for her. She knows.
What if this case comes back to her? Because she said no other
This is
person...
not possible. It's not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people.
Listen.
Stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing.
Listen.
It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes.
It's not going to happen.
No, it won't happen.
It won't happen. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen that way.
Thank
Doesn't
you.
happen that way at all.
Thank you very much.
These are the things that the public must understand. Most of you journalists, the legal correspondents, you don't take time to actually study some of these rulings and judgments. Go and study. In fact, I'll give you this.
Bring the envelope.
Give it to her.
The brown envelope.
Look at it. Yes. Where is it? I'll give it to her because I think she's a bit.
Listen, my people. Listen.
Can you hold this for me?
She can.
I want to let the whole world understand something very, very clear. In all this is the judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge questionable and is here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here. What is it? Page what is that again? Where it says all these things are online. Is it not page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research. You will understand the vacuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me.
Okay.
They kept switching the charges. They said I committed this crime in England.
Listen.
I made a broadcast in England.
Yes.
And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London, in the United Kingdom. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me.
Listen.
Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the
broadcast. Contrary to section 196?
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws.
Unbelievable.
To stand trial under such circumstances, is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
You've asked Justice Binta to recuse herself. Do you have the time on your hands for the case to go to the CEJ for it to be reassigned to another judge?
As long as justice will be done at the end of the day, that's what bothers me. For justice to be done. I cannot be tried in violation of a key provision of the Constitution of Nigeria, Section 36. It's as simple as that.
But now she's saying the part of the topic I'm making reference to was a contributory statement by one of the justices.
The Constitution of Nigeria says any determination made by the Supreme Court is binding on the lower court.
Listen.
So I was actually surprised that a high court have refused to obey or abide by the determination of a Supreme Court judgment.
And then take the only part that is against him and then refuse to apply the part that is in favor of him.
This cherry picking of what was contained in the Supreme Court judgment is what I'm against. It should be implemented holistically.
Yes.
I'm not against
everything in the judgment.
That's why I'm innocent, so they have not been against me. That there cannot be any trial when key sections of the Constitution and a key Supreme Court judgment has been violated by a court of law.
So you'll be patient for the case to go back and come back to the court?
This is my 4th year in solitary confinement in detention. The 5th year will not kill me.
Sorry, what of it is...
We have many of that.
Mr. Khan, one last question. One last question. In reference to what she has asked you earlier, Justice Binta made it known that she's one of the senior judges in this court.
Yes.
What if...
And I have respect and love for her. She knows.
What if this case comes back to her? Because she said no other person...
This is not possible. This persecution of the Igbo people...
Listen.
This orchestrated... almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Let's go there. My fellow Biafrans, there you go. There you have it. You have heard from our eternal leader, Oyendo Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. We are saying that the zoo has nothing on Nnamdi Kanu. They may try all what they want to do against our leader, but we can assure them that they are wasting their time. My fellow Biafrans, we must stay focused. We must stay and obey the clarion call. We know the assignment at hand. Allow the zoo to do what they are known for. Let them do the best they can. We know what to expect from the Zoo Republic, which is why we are saying we must support our leader, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, because we must keep on with the agenda. We have a project at hand. We have a goal at hand that from the 2nd of December, we shall be declaring Biafra and we shall be moving on to Biafra. Let the Zoo Nigeria do what they want to do to Nnamdi Kanu. They are wasting their time because he has no case to answer. My fellow Biafrans, we must be strong. We must remain strong and resolute. At a time like this, I feel like lamenting in the spirit because the enemies have come. Every time they always do this to us. When is the Biafran? It's a different ball game. My fellow Biafrans, we've heard from our leader. He's strong, he's hale-hearted, he's focused. He understands the assignment. He knows that freedom is coming. My fellow Biafrans, our leader, Oyendo Nnamdi Kanu, we must pray for him to have good health and good time to be able to fight this case through. We pray for the legal team to have the strength, the fortitude, the intellect, the scope to deal with a case like this. Oyendo, we love you. Oyendo, stay strong. We are with you, and we believe come what may, very, very soon, your freedom will be achieved. My fellow Biafrans, at this point, you have seen the way the zoo they behave. You've heard from our leader the way they were juxtaposing, mixing up, doing the mashup, picking up cases and dropping up cases, picking some elements of cases and trying to rope it on the neck of Nnamdi Kanu. They declared that the case he had, all the charges was based on what he did in London. And suddenly when Nnamdi Kanu discussed with his legal team, telling them how he was going to defend himself in the Zoo Republic court, the DSS, they got the wind of it. And they spoke to the AGF to change all the so-called charges. And before you knew it, they took away the location. And you all know the location is key. If someone says something from the moon, there is no way the Zoo Republic will have a jurisdiction over that person. He was in Kenya. You went all the way to Kenya to kidnap our leader Nnamdi Kanu for a so-called broadcast he made from Britain. Nigeria, oh Nigeria, you have no case, you have no right, you have no authority to do this. Although we know that you are working hand in hand with Britain, your slave masters, your colonizers, we know you are working with them, which is why we are saying, Britain, you must let the Biafrans go. Britain, the 100 years has come and gone. From 1914 to 2014, the so-called amalgamation of a contraption is done and dusted. Britain, let Biafra go. We are saying we want out of that union, that fraudulent union called Nigeria. We are saying we want out. We have no love, no affinity for that zoo called Nigeria. Oyendo have spoken. I second the words of Oyendo. I re-echo the words of Oyendo. I believe in his sentiments and I believe in all what he has said, that freedom must come at last. Nigeria, let our people go. We are done with Nigeria. It is clear you don't love us. It is clear all you want from us is the resource from our land. You have no affinity for us. You show no emotion. You are evil when it comes to my people. The only time the rule of law works in that zoo called Nigeria is when it has to do with a Biafran person. We are saying, Nigeria, we are done with you, and by God's grace from the 2nd of December we shall declare the Biafra Republic government in exile will declare Biafra for the people of Biafra to move and emancipate and move to their own land, have their own freedom, be independent from this evil union called Nigeria. My fellow Biafrans, stay strong, stay focused, stay resolute. We have heard from our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. We can see that even though he's going through lots of trauma, the stress, the pressure, the agony of being around the confinement of the DSS, we know what he's going through, my people, but we must keep on praying and staying focused. All eyes must remain on the rising sun. That was the assignment given to us by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We must keep our eyes and focus on the rising sun. We must not allow the zoo government to distract us, to move us from the focus, to move us from the agenda, to move and deviate our move from the goals. We must remain in where we are supposed to remain at. Biafra is coming, my people. Biafra is coming. Let the zoo do what they want to do. Let Nigeria be Nigeria. Give what belongs to Nigeria and to Biafra. We are done with Nigeria. We say our union with Nigeria is broken. We divorce from that zoo called Nigeria. My fellow Biafrans, stay strong, stay focused, stay resolute. All we have now is Simon Ekpa. He's doing a good job. The Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. He is doing a good job. We must support Simon Ekpa. We must make sure that we work with him, we support him, and move on with this agenda. We have a blueprint to our freedom. We must be free from that zoo called Nigeria. Fellow Biafrans, stay strong and remain resolute. Freedom is coming. These persecutions of the Biafrans must end. This hatred for the Igbos and Biafrans in large must end. This freedom is coming. From the 2nd of December, it will become the beginning of a new dawn. A rebirth of a nation will take place from the 2nd of December. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. When Biafra comes, we shall rejoice in the sun because we are children of the rising sun. I say, oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. When Biafra comes, we shall rejoice in the sun because we are children of the rising sun. From me, from here for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, your brother, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you.
Yeah, Biafra, Biafra. Yeah, Superstar Media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. I wanna know. We going back to the land. We going back to the motherland. Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land.